This knot causes a lot of confusion, even the name's confusing. Is it a bowline, like on the bow of a ship? Or is it a bowline, like a bow and arrow? Well, I'm led to believe that the correct pronunciation is bowlin. Okay, so with that out of the way, I'm going to go through this knot from a completely beginner's perspective, because I always think that when you watch these experts doing it on the YouTube videos, or when I did my sailing course, they always describe it as the rabbit goes up through the hole, round the back of the tree, doesn't like it and goes back down through the hole, but that's just totally confusing, and I kept trying it and getting it wrong. So I'm just going to take you through the ways that I do it, with 3 simple ways of tying it, and hopefully you'll be able to get something from this from a beginner's perspective. 3 days ago I never even knew how to tie this knot, but I've been boating, what, 35 years now. To be honest, most of it's been on narrowboats, so we don't really use this knot very much on narrowboats, but I thought I ought to learn it. Okay, so let's show you the bowline. That's what it looks like, and historically that's been the #1 knot that you'll learn if you ever go on a sailing yacht, and also it's very useful for out in the field if you want to tie something where you've got a fixed solid loop. I know 3 versions that I've learned. The first one, I'm going to call it the Spock knot, if you like, and the reason for that, this is probably the knot you will use if somebody says to you, show me how to tie a bowline. It's quick, it's quite easy, but not really very useful, I don't think. It's easy to tie, but okay, let me see what you think. There are 2 main things, in my opinion, that you need to know about this knot, is naming the parts. So we'll call this one the main line and this one the loop line, and I think that's important when we come to actually tie the knot, and certainly when you're pulling it tight, to do it that way. So I call this first version the show me a bowline knot, or the Spock knot, because live long and prosper. So get your Spock hand, live long and prosper, and pick that tail end up between the 2 lines. Right, so this is your main line. So your loop line goes underneath the loop line, like that. So I'll do that again. You've got that in that hand there. Put it round, go around. Now here's your loop line end, if you like. Now this goes back round the main line and then comes back through there. Now when you're tying this knot off, I always recommend that whatever version you use, this loop line that's gone all the way through, if you actually hold that next to the loop line again to tie it off and pull with the main line, you will form the knot like that. Okay, so very simply, the Spock knot, live long and prosper. You've got that between your fingers, goes round the loop, underneath, keep that pointing that way, round the back of the main line, and as you can see, comes back to the one you've taken round, grab hold of that there, grab hold of that one there, and there's a perfect bowline. Well, perfect. Okay, so that's the first one. The way I look at this one, second one, is to imagine that you're putting the line round the post you want to secure it to, or the knob or whatever, and that's how the loop is formed. So if you imagine you've gone round that loop and you're there like that, so that forms the loop. Now this is the more traditional rabbit and tree one. So you've got your loop line. The loop line comes up there, it goes around the back of the main line, catch it again like before with the loop line and pull it, and that's your second version. So that's fairly straightforward. I'll just do that once more. So you form it as though you were going to go round your post, and that gives you your correct loop. So your loop line goes underneath that one, goes around the back of that one, take it back round there and collect it. As I say, always hold that loop line together, take the main line, and there you've got it. Easy peasy. Right, the third one, this is probably the easiest one to do, but the secret of this particular one is to make sure that you start off and get the loop right. So in this case, I put my hand in that way, so the thumb's on this side, and loop it over that way, which is different to the other ones. So you formed this one like this now, so you've got the loop to the left hand side, you've got your loop line here, your main line's down here. Now this main line, what you do with this one is you push that under there to form another loop there, like that. Okay, tie this a little bit, and all you do is you push your loop line through that one, so it's going through that one. You take hold of that, and again, same principle, back to your loop line, hold those two together, and you just tug that one there, like that. You may have to make sure that that loop flicks over, but essentially that's got it. So there you are. That's the third version. I'll just do that again very quickly. So you've got your line, you're going to put your hand on that way around to twist it underneath. So you've got that like that. You take your main line underneath, form the loop. You put your tail end through, take it back over to your loop line, which is that one there, pull it tight, and there you have it. This little bit here should always be on the main line. There is another version called the cowboy bowline or bowlin, and it forms a loop round one of these sides here, which is not ideal. But the disadvantage of this knot is that it can come undone because this tail gets in the way all the time, this one here. So there is a little variation that you can do. If you flip the knot open and loose it a bit, you can actually take this tail line here, so we're looking at the back here of the knot, and you'll see that there's a 1, 2, 3 bits there, and all you need to do is just tuck that down underneath that one and back up that one there, and pull the whole thing tight, and then you've got a secure bowline that's less likely to come undone, and that'll take, you know, it's a good loop. Okay, that was it. So the secret is make sure you pull these two, so you always pull the loop and the end of the loop together and pull it on the main line. And as I say, 3 days ago I didn't know how to do these knots, now I do, and it's just a case of practicing with a bit of rope. Okay, I hope that helps. Thank you very much.